Welcome back to XGENIA tutorial. In this session, we are going to explore how to implement CRUD operations within our cloud functions. CRUD stands for Create, Read, Update, and Delete. These are the fundamental operations for managing data within any database. To begin, we need to add a Create New Record node to our workspace. Navigate to the top left sidebar and click the Add button. In the search bar, type Create New Record. Please note that we specifically need Create New Record. This node is what allows our function to write new entries into a database table. Once the node is selected, look at the General section on the left sidebar. You will see a class drop-down. If you haven't connected a table yet, you will only see User and Role. These are default classes within XGENIA. To access our own data, we must first set up a table in the Supabase dashboard. Okay, so now we're in our Supabase dashboard. We can see the database is currently empty. We'll start by clicking New Table in the left sidebar to bring up the table creation form on the right side. We will name this table Support Message. To ensure it aligns with our app's UI, we will add several columns. The first is first name, which we will set as a variable character type. We'll follow the same process for last name and email. Next, we'll add request type. Notice we use an underscore in the name. This is a recommended naming convention for Postgres databases. Finally, we'll add a message column and set its type to text to accommodate longer entries. Once all fields are set, click Save to create the table. Now that our table is created, it appears in the sidebar. Before returning to XGENIA, we must add a row of demo data. This step is vital because it allows XGENIA to recognize the table and its available fields automatically. Click Insert, then Insert Row. We will fill this with sample information. John for the first name, Doe for the last, and a placeholder email. For the message, we'll just type, "Hello there." Clicking Save will commit this row to our database. One important step we shouldn't forget is disabling the row-level security. By default, this policy restricts access to your tables and fields to ensure security. Now, click on Add RLS policy. We need to click on Disable RLS. You will be greeted with an alert dialog. Go ahead and confirm by clicking Disable RLS, as we won't need these specific restrictions for this tutorial. With our demo data in place, our database is ready. We can now head back to XGENIA and continue integrating the database into our project. As you can see, nothing has changed yet. We have our request node, our response node, and the Create New Record node. The Create New Record is what allows XGENIA to add data to our tables. We'll start by selecting a class from the sidebar, which refers to the tables available in our Supabase project. When we click the class drop-down, we see the support message table we created earlier in Supabase, alongside the default user and role classes. Selecting this table automatically reflects the properties we defined in our database. These fields, first name, last name, email, request type, and message, are pulled directly from our Supabase dashboard. We will use these to create new records in our database. To make this operation successful, we need to go to the Request node and create matching parameters. We'll add parameters for first name. You can use any naming convention you prefer. For this project, we'll use camel case. Last name, email, query type, and message. Once the parameters are set, we need to connect them to the Create New Record mode. We'll simply link each parameter to its corresponding property, first name to first name, last name to last name, email to email, and so on. Next, we want to capture the ID of the record we just created. Since our response node doesn't have a matching property yet, we'll create a new field and name it Create Object ID to keep it descriptive. Click the plus icon on the parameter and enter Create Object ID. Finally, we connect the ID output from our record creation node to our new Create Object ID response field. Now we need to export this updated version to our Supabase project. Navigate to the Supabase Functions tab and click Export. This will update the existing function with our new configuration. With the backend ready, we can now use this cloud function in our front end. We'll head over to the contact page to get started. In the Cloud Function menu, simply drag and drop the function onto the page. It's a very straightforward process. Once the function is added, we need to set a trigger point. In this case, we want the Submit button to call the Cloud function whenever it is clicked. To finish up, we connect our form inputs to the function's parameters. We'll link the first name input to the first name parameter and repeat the process for the last name and all other fields. For the general query type, we're going to link the result output and the query type input to the corresponding message fields. Don't forget to connect the message node to the function node with text output and message input. Once we have everything connected, we're ready to proceed. To test it out, we'll fill in some demo data, like John Dam and joe@email.com. We noticed that the query types were identical, so let's fix that. We'll change the first option to General Inquiry. Then we'll select Support Request. For the message, we'll type, "I need help with verification." After clicking the Submit button, you can see the action is triggered, but it returns a missing authorization error. This happens because the function is currently configured only for authenticated users. To allow anyone to submit a request, we need to enable the Allow Unauthenticated option. After making that change, we need to go back into the Cloud Function settings and export the updated function to Supabase. A pop-up will appear confirming the export. This means our changes have been successfully updated. Now, let's go back to our contact page canvas and try submitting the form again. Success! You can see the status is now success. It also shows the parameters we sent and a new record ID, which is 2. Let's verify this in our Supabase dashboard. As you can see, the data we just submitted via XGENIA is now in the table. And that's how we insert data into a database using Supabase Cloud Functions within XGENIA. Thanks for watching. Get XGENIA for free today at xgenia.ai and start building smarter and faster than ever.